Darwin's on South Clinton Street, and we are so excited to check out the sandwich shop. We're going to talk to the owner, Daryl, about everything that he has to offer for the downtown Syracuse community.
Right now it is their lunch hour, so there's tons of people going in and out, so hopefully we'll get to chat with some of them and take you with us, so stay tuned.
So we started talking about, it started as a nickname for me a long time ago, and we started talking about, before we even knew what our idea was going to be, we were talking about taking the idea of takeout and evolving it from everything we've ever known, something that's fast-paced, friendly to deliver, very tasty, very efficient, affordable, try to keep it in, and then we started talking about taking the concept of takeout, evolving it, and I'm like, Darwin, wait a minute, that's it. So it started off Darwin's apostrophe S, and then we're like, let's chop the S and we'll make it like a brand. So Darwin is our brand, and now that it is that, I can't imagine it being any other name. So and people seem to like it. So the logo, the monkey, is all about Darwin's monkey, the theory of evolution. So we're taking something that is a serious concept, but twisting into something that's playful, something that people associate with Darwin. It was either that or his ship, and I was like, okay, monkey is a little bit more. We have a little bit more fun with the monkey. So our menu changes every other Tuesday, so I'd like to have what's coming up in 2 weeks ready 2 weeks prior, just because there are people that are trying to book like wedding functions and office parties, and they kind of want to know what to expect. And a lot of times their input will influence the decision that we come up with. Like someone's looking for the spring chicken, okay, I'll put it on the next menu for you. Come back next Tuesday, it'll be here. And it helps me, and then it's one less decision I have to make. So.
Favorites that I have on the menu, so if I see, I'll look up on the website what's on the menu that week, and if it's on, sometimes if my favorite things on the menu, I'll come a couple times during the week.
So the menu's always changing?
Yeah, the menu's always changing. I think they do it twice a month or a couple times every week, so it's always again changing, always fresh new stuff on the menu. Today I got the salad with the burger, which I've never seen before on the menu, but it sounded really good, so I took a jump on it.
What are your favorites that you really care about?
There's one, I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's like an egg with turkey, some chipotle mayo, pasta stretch bread. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but I always look for that.
Did you go to Darwin for this location, or were you a fan of this?
I didn't know about them before they were here at this location. I started working downtown about 3 years ago, so when I was down here, and I moved down here, I was kind of down here all the time now. That's when I started to get more involved in the downtown food scene, and that's kind of when I found working already here.
We started off as a business about 3 blocks up the street here. Really tiny little storefront, it's where Glazed and Confused is now. That's our original home. And we were getting to the point, it's like, all right, our popularity is growing. Do we take this order for 500 to cater, or do we open for the day? So we needed to come to a place where we could do both, that allow us to visualize and have the type of restaurant that we've always wanted to have. So, and this is where we are.
So can you give us like a little review, like what did you get, how was it?
Tell them what you got. I like big butts.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Yeah, no, this is like my favorite deli restaurant or like sandwich restaurant in Syracuse.
Really? So how long have you been coming here? Why is it your favorite?
I've been coming here for like 4 years, so as I can. Since it's open.
So you went to the other like establishment before they moved here? So you're like a following customer.
I'm a follower.
So is it just the food? Is it the service? What makes you keep coming back?
All of it. I feel like they serve you really nice. They get to they listen. They're friendly.
That's awesome.
Phenomenal too. Good quality.
So it must be your favorite because you brought her here. How has it been for you? How has your experience been?
It was awesome, yeah. When I first came in, I really liked how they greeted me and sort of thing. And then I kind of told my husband it was my first time. They helped me pick out a sandwich. I got the sour turkey one. And then they actually gave me a free drink because they said it was on the house because it was my first time. So that's cool.
And how's the soup?
Yeah, I tried the vegetable soup. It's actually really good. It has a lot of flavor.
Awesome. So would you come back if you're in the area?
Definitely.
And I'm sure you will be back. If you're ever-
Here, we wanted to try to keep the spirit of the small shop that we had going on there. It's very intimate, very personable. So we were trying to find the perfect mix of something that's traditional and classic and something that's modern and fused the two. And that was what resulted in this. So we put a lot of thought and effort into, wanting it to feel like you're at home, wanting it to feel like, you're amongst friends, even if you don't know anybody else that's here. Give it, like what you said earlier, a little bit of a community feel. And I think that that's part of what people buy into and really get into as far as what Darwin is all about.
Alright, well I'll talk to you while you do. Okay.
Maybe once a week.
Really? And you do meet here?
We meet here or we meet in person. She likes it here. And I was years ago.
Yeah.
And she hasn't tried it. So now I make it an effort to meet with her.
Yeah. And do you feel like this is a nice place to connect with people?
Yeah, they accommodate her.
Yeah.
And they're really nice. Food's always fresh and good.
Is that important to you to have fresh food?
Oh, yes. And healthy food.
Yeah. So what did you get today?
We got chicken salad with artichoke, greens, spinach, and then chicken, which is she likes also meat, which is the only better.
So you guys split it up and then you put your own dressing on?
Yes, I can't eat all.
Yeah. How long have you guys been doing this for? That's really sweet. And you guys have a great job?
Oh yes, oh yes. It's really good, really fresh. And they know us. In a personal life.
Believe it or not, because it wasn't our intention was just to open a restaurant. I mean, and until like a week before we opened, we weren't sure what type of business would thrive here in Syracuse. So it was something that we had to be creative with. Nothing get very creative with like culinary and sit down dinners, but I was more interested in becoming part of the community downtown, and that seemed to be where the biggest gap was for us. And so we started like really not sure, and then all of a sudden it starts working. And I said, okay, we can have a lot of fun with this. Different types of bread, different types of meats, different types of cultural influence. We turned it over to the customers for our 100th creation, had them create it. That started this trend where once a year we have a best sandwich ever contest, where people put submissions in from places that they've had, things they've seen on television, and it's taken off. We have our 7th one coming up. Actually, the last person that won was an SU student. So yeah, I'm an SU student. The other half of Darwin is the SU alumni. So we always try to keep it as home and as with our people as we can. So yeah, this was a welcome thing. It's funny, actually on the menu right now, the spring chicken, it was our number 7 creation. Like I said, we're up to like 180 something, and that's always been my top of the list. Nothing's ever really thrown in for me. Clothes, there are a lot of great clothes things, but every time this one comes up, I'll probably have it every night that we have it on the menu. Just have fun. There's things where like, I remember the first time someone suggested we put a fried egg on a sandwich. I'm like, oh, I don't know how that's gonna fare. And then it turned into our best seller. So it's like, don't be afraid to try new things, especially where a sandwich is concerned. Anything you put between two pieces of bread, if they taste good individually, chances are we put them together on something, and we have a basic recipe for it. There's always gotta be a protein, there's always gotta be a vegetable element, a sauce element, a cheese element, for the most part. But just have fun, get creative. That's one of the cuisines. I think you can get away with having any combination of things and find something that tastes at least decent.
We have enjoyed our sandwiches here, and I especially enjoyed the interview with Daryl, the owner of Darwin. He was super great, and he explained to us about the aspect of community that he brings to this downtown Syracuse restaurant. And I think they have over 180 different combinations. They change every 2 weeks. So we are going to take our hand and try some sandwiches in our kitchen. Do you have any ideas for this?
I do not, but we're going to check out Pinterest and figure it out. So be sure to check out Darwin Downtown. It's really awesome. Stay tuned for their 7th annual sandwich competition where people will try to make the best sandwich ever. So you can enter, you can win, and follow us to the kitchen. We'll see you soon.
We're now in our kitchen. We are going to make Daryl's favorites from Darwin Downtown. We have his spring chicken, and we are going to make the regular meat option, and then we're going to make a vegetarian option. And Jill is in charge of that.
Some portobello mushrooms, so stay tuned.
Started with our Parmesan crusted chicken, and then Jill has her mushroom, and we've got our egg wash, the Parmesan that we're going to crust it with. And Jill, you got a lot of things.
Yeah, I have my little mushrooms, some provolone cheese, and then I think we're both going to have the aioli and the spring mix greens and some bread.
Lovely. So now we're going to pound out the chicken, and I did that for a long time. It's a nice exercise. My arms feel very strong.
It's also therapeutic, I think.
It is therapeutic. I'm going to take this slimy piece of meat and coat it in egg. All right, we're going to get that all nice and wet and more slimy. And then I'm going to slop it on over here onto the Parmesan. Yeah. Wow. So now we're going to take our chicken and we heated up some oil and we're going to let it fry in the pan for about 3 minutes on each side. So science is really cool. Check this out. It fried it.
So while Emma continues to cook her chicken, we're going to get started with the vegetarian sandwich. So I'm just going to take these mushrooms, which we cleaned with a little paper towel because you can't get them wet because they're sensitive. And I'm going to cut them into slices about 1/2 inch thick and get ready to saute them.
Another one's done. That one's super nice and it's got a little crisp to it, and that's exactly what we want.
So as they are cooking, I'm going to eyeball a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar just to give them a little bit more flavor. Some of my friends.
Yeah. And they look so good. And then we're going to plate it soon on the bread after we toast it.
All right, guys, so we are going to move the bread and the mushrooms from over here to assemble the sandwiches.
I'm so excited. Let's go. Okay, careful because this is going to be hot. All right.
I don't want to get the juices. That's it. Okay, great.
You're doing so good.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's spread the aioli on our bread. And this aioli is vegan, so it works.
That's a plus, but it doesn't need to be vegan, but it should be.
Works out nicely, and it gives it some good color.
Let's just cut. We could just cut, Liz.
Right, so I'm gonna start off with my mushrooms. I'm gonna add them to this.
Put my chicken in.
So you gotta pick the ones that I really like.
And then I'm gonna put my cheese.
Sorry, don't
On the
mushroom on
chicken.
your cheese.
That's okay. I'm gonna put the cheese on my chicken because it was hot and it will melt that.
Yes, help them out.
And then I'm gonna add a little bit of lettuce to the top of it. And this is a really good color. It's looking good.
Does color matter to you when you're cooking?
Yeah, you're supposed to eat the color of the rainbow so you know that you're eating a well-balanced diet. Doesn't everyone know that?
What about artificial coloring?
Okay, Jill, that's not good for you. Okay, hurry up, I'm done.
I'm almost, mine's really,
It's a race, I won.
mine's really like the Leaning Tower. I don't want to say the next word because you're going to make fun of me because you're abroad and I'm not. Leaning Tower pizza. And now we have a pizza
Our
sandwich.
I'm Emma, and I had the spring chicken sandwich.
And I am Jill with the Portobello Provolone, and we will see you next week on College Eats
At Eva's.
And if you can't get enough of us, follow us on social media at SU College Eats and watch all of our old episodes because those are also fun. And stay tuned for new ones.
And big thanks to Darwin Downtown and to Daryl for giving us these tips for these sandwiches. They're great.
Stay hungry, people.